Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is at home, safe and sound, along with their families. Obviously, a situation where we cannot help. Okay. So, just to get some clarity on the football thing, let's continue the show quickly. As you may have seen on the screen, we are going to talk about the FA Cup semi-finals, specifically about Chelsea and Manchester City. As you can see it on your screen yet again. So let's quickly dive into the discussions and call our panelists for tonight. Advait from Chelsea and Tanmay for City. So
Hey
good
Vinit.
evening, guys.
Hi, Vinny. Hi, Vinny.
Hi
Hi,
Vinit.
Advait. How are you?
Hi Tanmay. Good evening.
So I guess this is the first time we have two equal fans who are really happy at before the start of the show. Obviously, I'm talking about the Champions League. So
Definitely.
let's quickly just Tanmay to you. Your first semi-final since the Spurs thing, what happened, and it's again Pochettino again. So what are your thoughts on that?
Finally, man. Like you are asking City fan like how it feels to be in semis, and it's amazing, man. After like the 3 years of disaster class, it was actually we were due to go into the semi-finals at one position, and now we are there. It feels really good, and it is against PSG, man. It's gonna be a really amazing game of football. We cannot say that we are going to win. Of course, it's an equal game, 50 tie, but for neutral man, this is such an amazing picture, and everyone, I'm
True.
100% sure that everyone is ready for this game. Everyone is waiting for
Oil
this.
Derby. It's the Oil Derby. Tail.
So
Yeah, all done.
I prefer
पैसा
I
इधर
prefer
उधर
El
से
Clasico.
आने वाला है.
No, but El Clasico sounds better, than Oil Derby. El Clasico, I prefer El Clasico.
Yeah. So obviously now even Advait has reached the semi-finals after 7 years, and like how does it feel as a Chelsea fan after like a long hiatus to again be where Chelsea belongs?
I feel exactly like, I mean, 2014 was pretty bad. Like, I mean, to lose in the semi-finals, but it didn't hurt that time because it was just 2 years after we won, and we thought, okay, you know what, 1 year later, 2 years later, we'll be back there. But then we never really went back there. Like PSG's got us most times, once, and most times we just not qualified, and we have been
Yeah.
and the two times that we went to the Europa League, we won. I mean, it's great to be back. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I mean, Thomas Tuchel can't go and say it, or anybody can't go and say it. But yeah, we got the luck of the draw. I still believe that we still have the luck of the draw
But I don't think
against
so it was
Madrid.
ever going to be easy,
It was never going to be
regardless
easy.
of yeah.
The way we got to the semi-finals, the route must have not been easy. But yeah, I mean, if all the quarterfinal draws that you see that we had, this Porto would have been something that, I mean, we'll accept would have been the best one to draw. But yeah, man, as a new manager coming in quarterfinals, now getting to the semis, and actually, to be very honest, he's made us believe that we can definitely win the semis. And in a one-off, if it is against, now Bayern is out, so I'm a little relieved. But if it's against PSG or even City in a one-off game, and we will discuss a one-off game now, anybody can win. Like then it's like, okay, Chelsea can do it. Like we did it against Bayern at Bayern, man. So like there is no fear. Like now what happens from here is all like fingers crossed. So yeah, but really excited. Can't wait.
Yeah, and it could happen that as we are speaking about the FA Cup semi-finals, we may talk again of the UEFA Champions League finals as well. And obviously, okay, so there's a sort of a tweet which is on the screen. So no one wants the Manchester United or the Arsenal final, not Manchester United fans and not even Arsenal fans. And I guess it is the perfect time to talk to both of you all because obviously we have Chelsea, we have City. The City rivals United, Arsenal may face each other in the finals as well.
Yeah.
So, like Advait, I think we had a discussion elsewhere that obviously Chelsea might feel unlucky if they don't win the Champions League and drop out of the top four, and Arsenal somehow qualify for the Champions League through Europa League. How much is that going to hurt more than anything else?
Dude, to get out as the fourth position in your league, I think is the worst thing that can happen to you. Okay. But no, man. I mean, if we win the Champions League, okay, if we win, so it's in our hands, man. Like, if we win and we come fourth, I don't think we get out. We still play it next year because we'll be winning Champions League, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if
Yeah,
I'm
so I
wrong. If
like
I
that.
win,
I like that confidence. I like
yeah,
that
if
confidence.
we win the Champions League, it doesn't matter. Okay, I might come like we might come fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever,
It
which is
could
still a
happen because
possibility.
all the fixtures are the same as what happened when Chelsea won the 11-12 finals the season. We faced a Portuguese team, Spanish team, so
Yeah, yeah,
it could
yeah.
just end up being the same story all over again.
I wish I would have shared one forward with you, but I would share it. It's a huge, long list, like what is similarities between 2012 and 2021. But to answer
Yeah.
to you in short, the odds that I feel of Chelsea winning the Champions League is definitely more than Chelsea landing up in fourth place without a Champions League and Arsenal winning the Europa League. So yeah, if I have to put it
I
that
guess the
way,
main factor is Arsenal winning the. Okay, so
not
you can
happening.
see on the screen, Arsenal will
So
beat United in the Europa League final. And just
sorry,
for
Chen.
the audience who are watching, yeah, it is a United fan who's saying it, maybe to reverse jinx it somehow. So let's see. So Tanmay, like just continuing the discussion about the Champions League, do you think y'all were slightly lucky because the decisions, especially the first leg, if we take into consideration, the goal scored by Bellingham was ruled out. Your second leg, Emre Can handball, which as per the rules shouldn't be a handball. So do you feel lucky to be in the semis?
Yeah, yeah, you could say that we were fortunate for some period, but even you take those incidents, I think we were a better team over two legs. I think we played good football over two legs. Of course, in this kind of situation, fortune plays a big role, and in this one, it played really big role because if Bellingham had scored in the first leg, it had been 1-1 in first half only, and they could have got second. It would have been a very different game in second leg. Two away goals. It would have been a different game. So yeah, fortune played for us, but it happens in football. The fortunate teams usually the team who works hard, fortune works with them. So yeah, I will say that, but I do think that in all two legs we were the better team. So I do think that yeah.
All right. So obviously we'll talk about the Champions League more as and when the semis come in and the finals close in as well. So let's move to the main topic of the night. It is obviously the FA Cup semi-final. Both the teams competing in the semi-finals of the Champions League, now in the FA Cup as well. Who wants to win it more, honestly? Whether it's going to be Chelsea or it's City. Tanmay, you go. According to you, what do you prefer?
Who I think this is the most important trophy for Chelsea, I guess, because they've spent, I guess, 200, 250 million this season, and you need a trophy to prove that okay, we spent this much money and we are building this team to for something. So I do believe that for City, it is always Champions League. Even if we win FA Cup, even if we win Carabao Cup, even if we win Premier League, even if we do the domestic treble again, it won't matter much if we don't win the Champions League. So for City, it is always the Champions League that you have to win that only. You have to win that first. So when you're talking about FA Cup, of course, City we want to win it. We want to win, but if you want to take the context that which team should have the more need to win it, I think Chelsea has more need to win it because they have literally spent more and they should have the trophy to justify that.
Advait, do you agree with it? Okay,
Uh,
before you answer, so Chinmay with another comment. This is just to our discussion prior to this about the luck or the fortunate circumstances for City. So he just said he doesn't think it's lucky and just the money which the owners of City must have paid
Well,
someone.
well, if that had been the case, man, we might have paid it to that against Liverpool, against Spurs, against the VR moment that we had. We might have done that 2-3 years ago. So it's definitely that's not the case.
Yeah. So Advait, you can continue. So Tanmay said Chelsea wanted more of this, just this is the only trophy Chelsea could win. That is what you meant.
so that statement was just not cool, but I don't agree with. So
I did not. I did not mean that they can only win the FA Cup. You can also win Champions League. I'm saying that you need a trophies. So we don't need FA Cup to to make the season successful. We need Champions League, but you guys need trophies to make it more successful. That's why I said Chelsea need it more.
No, see, currently as things stand, I mean, you would see from a context of what Guardiola has done for City, they wanted more. Doesn't mean and it's not like the FA Cup winning will be a bad season because Guardiola is now going for a quadruple. Okay, so if I was him, of course, FA Cup semi-final would mean a lot to me. Okay, like if as a manager, but if you're talking Chelsea for us, the only reason why I also consider a Carabao Cup also being important, and I was very mad that we had lost to Tottenham, is that I think this would be the second year ever since Roman took over that we would have not won a single trophy that year. I mean, anyone in the audience?
Interesting fact you're bringing up. If Chelsea go trophyless this season, this will be the first time since Abramovich has taken over, Chelsea has gone trophyless in back-to-back seasons, which has never happened since. He has never faced that kind of dilemma, and especially after spending 200 million in the season, he expects at least a single trophy.
Correct, and I think honestly it's a realistic. I think both. I mean, now it's different. So like FA Cup is a tougher game in semis and probably an easier game in the finals if you get there. And Champions League is the reverse. I think it's an easier game in the semis. It's a tougher game when we get there. Okay, like I genuinely believe City or PSG, if we get to the final there, also will be a tougher game than the. So it's a flip side. I mean, I'm hoping we get win at least 1 out of 2, if not 2 out of 2. Okay, 2 out of 2 would be like just a dream. Okay,
but I don't think so. As the season was progressing, any Chelsea fan even expected a single trophy.
Exactly. Like, I mean, if today Lampard was there and we would be here, I mean, we would not be here. Firstly, talking about this. Okay, but now that we are here, man, we are very confident. We want to win. Okay, like so we need it. Like 2018 is last when we won it. So realistically, any trophy for me as a fan is good trophy. And I think you must be aware, like in the last 1 or 2 weeks, it was announced that in the last decade or two, or since 2000, I think we're the most successful English club in terms of trophies also. And that's pedestal, man. Like at the top of the pedestal, we have that mojo over other clubs that are with us, and we are proud of it.
Even if you consider only the Champions League, Chelsea has reached the semi-finals more than any other English club.
Yeah, so why not? So I mean, if today I was facing City instead of Tottenham in a Carabao Cup, I would say, I want this also desperately. मुझे चाहिए, मेरे को I want to win. Like, so I want the trophy, and and as a Chelsea fan, I mean, a lot of people who know me, they know this, that I believe that the trophy is a big like a criteria for judgment, and it has always been a criteria for judgment. Over the years, we have spent so much, so we should win the trophies. Like there's a reason why we are top of the trophy list, even if it's scattered across the competitions, because we have spent so much. Now, if you look to Man City, they will of course keep saying that, okay, it'll never be enough for us because, dude, you have spent so much and not made it past the semi-finals also for Champions League. So of course, like they will be like, no, FA Cup is smaller. But I know Guardiola, he will not treat it smaller tomorrow. Like when's the game is there? So tomorrow, I'm scared. Yeah, tomorrow. So I'm scared. Okay, so like that's if you're talking about that. But yeah, pretty confident. Otherwise.
Yeah. So obviously, okay. So we have another question for Tanmay. So will FA Cup be a match where Chelsea play dirty and injure someone like, say, Foden?
Oh no, I don't think. I
think this question should be asked to Advait.
Yeah, what do you think?
Advait, do you want to answer?
No, we don't. No, I don't think so. No, not at all.
Because I think it should have been done. It should have been done against Porto for the tactics. We can say Porto did play.
Yeah.
If whoever watched the match knows how much Pulisic was fouled, how much
11. Oh, by the way, statistic. 11 times.
Yes,
okay, it's correct. The joint most in any game in UCL with Messi. Messi was hit 11 times against Madrid. Okay, so dude, like we get fouled. So the CRX Gamer Army, Like we don't play ugly, man. We don't play ugly. We play
I don't,
tough, if that's the right word.
I don't think Tuchel. I don't think Tuchel is that kind of a manager, who will go in and
Yeah,
just, do all the dirty work. It's not
yeah,
But
Antonio
Tuch
Conte or
but Tuchel,
Sarri type.
everyone knows Tuchel will do anything to win, and you could see that on the touchline, especially after the match itself against Porto, the way he ignored the Porto manager just because Porto manager instigating his players, referees, everyone.
true.
So you can just say he doesn't care for who is beside him. He just wants those trophies. So obviously now Chelsea, City both have managers who are very capable of getting those trophies. And tomorrow is one of the first steps towards reaching a final. And obviously, for City, League Cup, FA Cup have been sort of your breakfast that you have it every season, every day. So if you lose, if you lose, do you think it will still be not a good season, an unsuccessful season, even if you win the treble? Other than that.
No, no, no. Of course, it won't be an unsuccessful season. Obviously, three trophies, man. Out of four, you are winning three trophies is obviously a good achievement, and it is an achievement that has never done before by any other team. So it is actually a good achievement. But in the end, City, to consider this City team as the greatest one, everyone is going to ask the question, where's the Champions League? Where's the Champions League? So the Champions League is always going to be there as a to judge if it is successful or not in the tenure of Pep Guardiola. But in terms of season, if you win three out of four, obviously it's gonna be the successful season, man. Even if we win two trophies, it's gonna be successful.
So Man City's scouting team is brilliant. Chelsea need to think a little bit more like City. Look at City's record signing, for instance. Chelsea need to scout like that, according to me. So, do you want to add, Advait, something to that?
Uh, Look, I mean, I won't say there's an article that came out recently that today or something that Guardiola rejected Chelsea 6 times. Okay,
Yes.
but why would, as a person, if I was Guardiola, and why wouldn't he? It's understandable. See, our scouting is generally pretty good. Okay, I think we just don't do well with strikers, but yeah, but otherwise, I think we have been good with our scouting. Not just scouting, even the academy players that come through is clearly showing that and generally our youngsters win a lot at the development level. I just feel that it's not the scouting that is really good about Man City. It's the faith that they have literally shown in Guardiola, and I think he has a lot of power in that club right now to make decisions. Otherwise, if he did not, that man would have left in three years. Okay, just as he leaves from everywhere else. And the reason that he's staying means that, one, of course, he's a manager you should keep. So I think somebody in that oil factory has realized that, man, this guy is actually good. You should not get rid of a genius like him. Okay, and probably he will at least keep getting us the league, if not anything else. But it's tough to find someone as good as him in the market. Okay, see, he it's rare that Pep has failed even at a league level. Okay, so of course it just makes sense. I don't think it's great scouting. It's horrendous scouting. Okay, Nathan Ake is what? Okay, so please tell me, 40 million you paid to him. We're just glad we said no in 3 days. Okay, so that's
But we could
and
say this.
no, but
We could say
we
the
could have
same.
kept. No, but we could
No,
have
no, no.
kept him.
No, no. You could say the same about Zinchenko. We are playing without left back for 3 years. We could win, third league title. We bought him for 2 million from Russian second division.
Yeah,
We bought
dude,
Gabriel Jesus from Brazil.
Gabriel
So
Jesus is Jesus is
but
Jesus.
but
Okay,
still, bro, still his stats, the money that we spent for him, the stats that he's giving to us, I think it's
Yeah.
pretty good scouting that we've done.
I still do. No, it's the amount of chances. The amount of chance, just see Gabriel's conversion rate,
No,
man.
I'm not saying Gabriel Jesus is a very, very good striker. No,
Yeah.
don't mistake that. He's giving the chances. I'm saying that it is still a very good scouting by our team, by our club.
I'll just
So
say
to the
one thing.
Brazil
I'll say. Now that I pointed so many negatives in City, pretty much in the scouting, which I still believe is very all over the place. And I said a lot of credit. Now see, now he's mentioned like not Foden, but Zinchenko, or rather anybody, man. You put anybody in your team. By the way, I would call it bad scouting personally. Okay, if you did not keep Zinchenko and kept that guy who's at Leipzig, I'm forgetting his name. Uh,
Angelino.
Angelino, correct? Yeah, Angelino.
Yeah.
You keep him instead of Zinchenko. You have a regular left back playing for you. Just by the way, so that's also like a little. I'm just saying, as Chelsea, you I don't know. Chinmay asked this question, and I think it is in the limelight simply because Havertz, Ziyech, and Werner, and all these guys have just not fired this year. Okay, it's this 200 million that will keep coming at us, and it will keep coming this year until even the next year. Okay, because but you can see potential in the Pulisic signing. You have seen potential in like the Thiago signing were done. Mendy first, definitely have seen it. Havertz is still getting there, but I don't know how hopeful I am personally of him. Werner also, I just don't
Not
think
his,
Werner was. Yeah, it's just
don't you think
not
Havertz's performance against Crystal Palace was something to
too good. Yeah,
be
yeah.
positive about?
I think I don't know. See, the thing is, I still believe that to we are figuring that thing out with playing him as the most forward guy for the
False nine.
center.
Yeah.
False nine or a nine because he's not heading the ball at all. I mean, not pretty much. He's the guy who key passes and great goal that he scored at Crystal also. So I don't know. I think Chelsea genuinely lack a central, like a normal proper striker who has that beast material of Diego Costa. So will Chelsea go? Should go. I mean, if you're putting this question, Soumyadeep, I think they have to go.
We have to consider a fact that Giroud is definitely leaving. So possibly. So talking about the question itself, just to add on to it.
Yeah.
Do you think Tuchel's preference with maybe Havertz or Werner is harming Tammy Abraham because he's still the highest scorer in the club and he's still young? So do you think Tuchel is wrong over there?
Harming his what Tuchel is doing, we are winning, right? So what he's doing is fine. It's fine. It's also, it might not be correct. It's working because I'll tell you why. Our team is settled like the way we are playing. One more thing is a lot of fans, even including me, still are in disbelief, or rather we don't believe this, that he will continue to play 3-man back next year. Because genuinely it's a defensive formation where our attacks are not up to the mark. Okay, we are having too many chances and we're just not converting them. Okay, it's not an attacking 3-man. Like, I mean, if you see Conte playing right now, probably it will look like you'll see a Lukaku and you'll see a Lautaro and you'll be like, oh my god, that's how a 3-man back can also be played. You know what we are doing is that we are confident we are not going to concede. That's a great thing. Okay, but there's so much room for improvement. And as asked, we have to Tammy, yes, it's of course limiting his ability as a striker, but at a club like Chelsea, saying that Tammy is our number one striker, I don't think it helps us across the long season that we tend to have. We need to have a guy who's something like who will deliver like match on match. I'm talking this from an SPL perspective. Never had confidence to take a single Chelsea player in attack this year. Not a single one.
When was the last season? Last time you remember a Chelsea striker delivering constantly?
Giroud last year from 32 to 38 game week. Last year,
Pulisic as well.
Pulisic as well. But again, Pulisic would come on the midfield. No, and Abhi now he's delivering. Everybody's putting their eyes on it. But man, where is the consistency? So yes, we need a striker, and we don't need Tammy for it. I mean, if he wants to go, then that's his choice. But Tammy will be a great second choice. Not denying that. He even today has become second choice or third choice. But yeah, Giroud is going to go. And you can't have Giroud as your main striker at a club that is aiming for first position. I don't know how Man City does it without strikers, but we can't. So, if that's that. And I don't know if it's Haaland, okay? I am not of the opinion that Haaland should come. So if you ask me that, I don't know if that is the answer. It's too much money. Too much.
Yeah. Maybe even Tanmay will agree with that because obviously even they are linked with Haaland. So let's see what happens with Haaland in the future. And back to the FA Cup thing. Obviously, you have too much potential, Tanmay. Means your team, City, has too much potential with the likes of De Bruyne, Gundogan, Rodri, whichever place you say. Obviously, you can't expect, like you can't predict the team, but aren't you just satisfied? Okay, whatever team Guardiola puts up, we know that we have the potential to win. How
Yeah, yeah,
satisfying and just stress free it is for you as a fan.
yeah, definitely. Definitely, it is just the answer to the question that I guess Chinmay asked that about the scouting. That we have built this team in such a way that it helps you to cope up with all the competitions, and that is the main point of spending money. People talk about that we spend money. Of course, that is a fact. That is not an opinion. That is a fact that we spend money, but it gets justified by our record in the cups. We go to the finals, we go to the semi-finals. If you look at the record of Pep Guardiola, he has reached four Carabao Cup finals and four FA Cup semi-finals. That is actually a very good out in his 5-year tenure. So it is actually a very good record, and it is justified. The money that we spent is justified by the record. So yeah, in that way, yeah, we are obviously tension free in the way that whichever team Guardiola is gonna put, it's gonna be is going to give us benefits that we can win the game. But when I talk about this game, is Chelsea, we cannot afford to make a lot of changes. We have to still go with our best team, to win the game. We cannot just randomly just rest 5-6 key players and just expect us to win. So in this game, we'll obviously need our key players. We'll need our A game to win the game.
Yeah. And okay, so this is off topic to the FA Cup. We about the specific player Sterling. Obviously, you have De Bruyne who signed a new contract, and this season itself, Guardiola himself signed a new contract. Sterling is obviously asking for a new contract. Negotiations are going on, but do you think the way he's been playing right now, the wages he is demanding, is like decent? The way he's been playing.
I think it is a blip in his form. I think he's still a good player. He is not a world class player. I don't think that he's he's a world class player who could change a game on his own. But he still is. He's still a very good player. If you look at his number for last 3 years, there's were amazing numbers. Because of him, we did not miss Aguero in key games because he was there to score goals. So I do believe that he will get to his actual level at some point. But it is negotiation, man. Contract negotiation, it happens. You demand something, club. Eventually they'll reach to a certain point. I don't think that City will directly approve his demands, because if they are actually very good, very big demands. But I have no issues with that if City pays him and give him a very good contract, because he's still a good player. And you have to keep such kind of players. He's 26 years old, English, still scores goals. So why not? Why not? So I'm hopeful that he'll be in a good form at some point.
Okay. So again, okay, so we have another question from Soumyadeep Singh. What is Chelsea's best bet at stopping City? Go defensive and play on the counter, or can Chelsea's defense withstand City's armada?
Okay.
Agree.
Yeah, I'll take it part by part. So, what is Chelsea's best bet at stopping City? City's leaked goals. I won't say leaked. I mean, I would say leaked because they were not conceding for a long while, and then since they started conceding, so there are like gaps that's coming in. I think that could be fatigue. But see, then it's not about stopping. I think can they, like with our defense and the way we are set up generally, the only time that we saw the defense crumble or like say go absolute haywire was when we lost a man, or we had a goal like how it was in Porto. Okay, like the Porto fellow scored. Otherwise, you tell me how much chance do we give like the opposition to even like say score? Like we don't. Okay, so it's not. I mean, City has to come at us, which they always do. They come at any team and they attack. Okay, we will be resilient in defense. That is there. It's not about stopping City. I really feel, yeah, optimistically, like the game could just be a 1-0 for Chelsea if the Chelsea needs to win. Okay, or it could go really long after 90 minutes. But I don't think we have to stop them. This is a game that we can win on our merit. It's a game that we need to show that we have closed the gap. Okay, or rather, we are closing the gap so that by the time we go to our next season and we probably, hopefully, get a striker. Okay, we are able to get some goals from one man and not be scattered all over our team. Okay. Second, do we go defensive, man? I think City either way pushes you into a defensive zone. I think we are anyways comfortable being called a defense-minded team now. Okay, but it's not like we sit down like how United is to just sit back and just like counter with three fast guys. We don't play like that. And tomorrow it'll not be like say a Jorginho and a Kovacic passing to one another in that circle. It'll have Conte who will be running up and down and up and down. So you will have a lot of movements. It will not be a static back three becoming a back five with a four in front and Havertz roaming around like he is. Okay, so there is no way we are going to play defensive. And I don't think it will be a counter-attacking type of game. It will be a game that will be head on. Okay, we pass really well. By the way, I think we are second best passers easily. The way City does a tiki taka, we get out of tough zones like butter. Okay, so it's not going to be like we sit back and expect like we have a Rashford type player in our team who will just like Pulisic will just run and score. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला. Not going to happen. And
obviously we two brilliant managers tactically sound.
Tactically, man. Like I mean, you've seen Tuchel like playing to the opposition tactically. That's one thing. Okay, so he's going to come up, and if you don't have a striker, he will know. He'll put the right people at the right position. So yes, we can withstand it. Yes, I think. I mean, no, I think we don't. No, we're not going to play defensively. Okay, and best bet at stopping City, dude, just go first. And you will see somebody like scratching his bald head. So, like that's the simple funda tomorrow. But yeah, we have a lot to prove.
Yeah, obviously it's a massive game for
game.
whether you're a City fan, whether you're a Chelsea fan, it's going to be massive. And obviously, other fans will also watch it, regardless whether you're there in the tournament or not, because it is one of the best matches which could be played in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah.
So Tanmay, who do you think like the one player is going to be the difference maker for you?
Well, I have to say KDB, like, because who else can I say? Because he's the guy who steps up at the main point at the crunch moment. I guess for the last decade, City had few crunch players only, like Aguero and Yaya was one of them, and in this new City team, it is only Kevin De Bruyne, who steps up at the crunch moment and can take the game on his own. So obviously, it's going to be KDB, but it's in the end, it's going to be a tactical game, man. Because I usually fear those managers who are courageous enough to play that football, and Tuchel is one of them. He's courageous enough to play his kind of football, and he can cause the problems. So not only Kevin De Bruyne has his role. I think Rodri has to play his important role. He has to, stop those passes. Ruben Dias has to play an important role. So I think I think this is going to be more of a team effort than a single man, because it's going to be a tactical game. Both managers play the same way. Pep is a mentor of Tuchel. If you guys know that Tuchel has attended few workshops in Germany, who learned football from Pep Guardiola, some tactics, some few methods. So it's going to be a very good game of football. When we look at from the neutral perspective, it's going to be a very good game of football. And when we look at the players, I think it's going to be more of a team effort than a particular player. But if you ask me one player, I'll obviously go to say Kevin De Bruyne.
So the way you ended your answer, I'm not sure whether I should ask Advait the same question or not, but I'll still go ahead with it, because I think for Advait it could be a simpler answer as well. So who do you think will step up for Chelsea?
Conte. Simple. He's like, I'm just so glad he's playing tomorrow. Like man, that Man City team runs. Okay.
And there are chances, as Tuchel said in the press conference, that Gilmore also has a chance to feature. So you can have two mobile players in the midfield itself.
Yeah.
So maybe that is a boon for Chelsea.
Dude, like having Conte tomorrow against City is, I think, see, now it's like, this is an argument we've had for a very long time. What is his best position? And whatever games Conte has played till now in that 6-6, as he calls it, okay, he's been great. Okay. And
even before he started his first match, he answered that question.
Yeah, exactly.
His best position going to be 6-6.
And he got it spot on. Okay. The passing between him and Jorginho will not be the same between Jorginho and Kovacic, but in this game also against City, how much will we be able to pass is a great question. Okay, like we have to break down counters, you have to break down movements, you have to break down their side to side passing, or like break down their wing play. And we need that man to break them down, because otherwise we have three guys at the back tomorrow. Aspi can break down anyone, Thiago can break down anyone, Rudiger can break down anyone. Okay, then you're gonna have James, and
Rudiger
you're
can
gonna have
literally break down
break down
anyone.
anyone. Okay, and then you're gonna have Chilwell and James, who are also pretty solid. And now you have a Conte, and only Jorginho is a weak point. Okay, and Pulisic also has strength. So we are strength to strength. We have to break them down. Okay, and that we need like a general in the middle. So he's our main player. I mean, according to me tomorrow.
Okay. So Advait, just move on to your predictions. What do you think? Is it going to end in 90 minutes extra time penalty?
Uh, I hope. Okay, it's a 1-0 to us, 90 minutes. But I think it is realistically going to be a long game. 1-1 with us scoring first somehow. Can't say from where the goal comes. Can never say with Chelsea. City, I think, scores late somewhere in the second half when we go deep into extra time. Probably penalties tomorrow. Can't say, man. Like I think it's a possibility. So yeah, that's the prediction from my end.
Tanmay?
Well, I do believe that this game is going to go in extra time. I don't know why. I don't think that both team will be capable enough. Both team are capable, but they won't they will nullify each other in the game. So I think this game will go to extra time 1-1, and in extra time we'll win 2-1. I have to be
But do you
confident, man.
think
So
going
yeah,
into extra time might harm either of the teams, considering they have to play midweek as well?
yeah. Of course, of course. If you want, what do I want? I want the game to finish in the full time, man. Of course, but I do believe that it's going to be a tactical game. So it could end up, it could go in the extra time, because last time City and Chelsea played in, I guess, Carabao final. That game went to the penalties. Even though City were in very good form. So
Yeah.
it's Indians Cup game, so anything can happen. So I'll go with extra time 2-1 City win.
It doesn't matter for
All right.
City if they even go to 120 minutes, because they're going to bench everybody in the EPL game. So
Yeah,
we
right.
can't. We can't. We have to play, I think, Brighton, and it's a home game. We have to win. So, like the max. I mean, I think Havertz and Pulisic and Mount start tomorrow. But if it's a long game, then I don't think you see Mount or I think Pulisic
Conte.
in the even Conte, and I think even Pulisic in the game which is midweek. I mean, you will see Werner, okay, and you will see like someone else, but you will not see them. So we have a
Okay.
lot to play for.
Yeah. So Tanmay, Advait, thank you so much for coming on. And
Thank you.
obviously, all of us can watch the match tomorrow at 10 p.m.
10
as we
p.m.
can see on our screen. So best of luck to both the teams, and may the better team win.
Thank you, thank you,
Better
thank you,
team.
thank you, Vinit. Thank
Hey,
you, Advait.
ours is a better team, okay, historically.
Well, usually better team never wins. Most fortunate team wins usually. So
I
I
think
prefer,
Chelsea
win
has
that
the
time.
experience of last year's final that the better
Yeah.
team doesn't win.
So
Yeah.
I'd prefer that again Bellingham goal disallowed like that in yesterday. Tomorrow if same thing happens to us, I'll take that any day, man. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even Chelsea has money. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Little less. Thoda kam. Anyway, thank you,
All
Vineet.
right.
Thanks, Tanmay.
Thanks, guys.
Sure,
Have a
thank you,
good
man.
night.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye
Bye,
Okay,
bye, bye, guys.
guys.
Take care.
Thanks,
bye.
everyone.
So obviously, with these two guys, the talk could go on till the midnight, but unfortunately, we had to end it. But I think we covered all the bases for tomorrow's match. We can expect a cracker of a match because both teams, as you heard from the panelists' mouth, that it is not going to be attack versus defense. So let's hope we have that as well tomorrow. And that's it from our side. I want to thank the audience who tuned in and obviously the fan panels as well, along with the Fanspire team. So thank you. Have a good night.